This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter. And again, here we are. This is Around Kansas. I'm Frank, she's Deb, and we're here every Wednesday at this time, so hopefully you will continue to tune in. If you do miss it, you can find us online.
You sure can. You can find us online. You can find us on Facebook. You can go to our website and watch old segments or the whole show. Love to have you join us. And this is a good time, Frank, I'm glad you mentioned that, to plug advertising with us, because you can be one of our sponsors, one of the really nice people who sponsor our show. We're a very effective way to get around the state of Kansas.
Yeah, we're seen in every county.
In every county, all
and
over
in
the
Kansas
state.
City.
And we might even creep over into Nebraska and Oklahoma, Missouri, and Colorado just a little bit. But yeah, so no more cost-effective way to reach your neighbors around the state. So just let us know if you'd like to look into that. Now, this next story came to me through my friend Jim Hatzel. And Jim is an amazing actor, historian, costumer, writer, and he is involved with our good friend Robert Culbertson up at American Frontier Productions and doing the photo shoots that they do for artists every year. And Jake and I have been involved in a couple of those. And so Jim came to me with this story and said, I think this is something for your show. And so this man was his uncle, I believe. So the first man to shoot down the first American to shoot down an enemy plane during the attack on Pearl Harbor was from Kansas, and it was Jim's uncle. And it's like, Frank, you know how it is, the stuff just comes to you and you're like, wow, wow. And this was one of those wow moments. And he sent me the article, so I've got Jim to thank for all the research on this story and really appreciate his sharing it with us. I know this is one you're going to go, wow.
Leslie Vernon Short was born in Plains, Kansas, Meade County in 1921. His father was a veteran of the Great War, and as he watched events unfold around the globe, he could see the signs of another great war to come. He encouraged his son to join the Navy because the conditions were better than the other branches. When the Prairie Boy went to Washington State and boarded a ferry, it was the largest boat he had ever seen until he stepped aboard the battleship USS Maryland. Leslie passed away in 1998 in Wichita. He donated much of his time to school groups, addressing students about the history and, most importantly, the context of that day. He used special effects, firecrackers in a trash can, and just the right moment to get their attention, to illustrate the shock and surprise of the attack of December 7th, 1941. Leslie shared these stories with Wichita Eagle reporter Bud Norman in 1991. He told Bud that, I want him to think about how it all came about. Why did the so-called civilizations go to such drastic means to solve their problems? We've still got the same things going on now. The world hasn't changed, end quote. Sadly, the words Leslie spoke 25 years ago ring true as the 75th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor is marked. In that remembrance, Leslie holds a special place of honor as the first American to shoot down a Japanese plane in defense of the naval base. Leslie was at his duty station in a gun tub. He was going to write a letter to a shipmate who was stateside. It was an ordinary morning until he realized the planes on the horizon were not Army, but Japanese. The personnel had been ordered to take cover, and Leslie was halfway down the stairs when he turned and clambered back to his gun post. Torpedo planes were coming from the south. I couldn't see them, Leslie told a reporter, because of the superstructure of the USS Oklahoma. But when they turned belly up to swing left off the port bow, well, there a big old red meatball was showing. That's what we call torpedoes, meatballs. That's when I opened fire. When the ship's captain filed his report, Leslie was credited with distinguished conduct of personnel. Leslie received letters of commendation from the Secretary of War, the battleship fleet commander, and Admiral Chester Nimitz. According to his friend Jerry Lee, Leslie served over 30 years of continual active duty, participating in 2 subsequent wars, Korea and Vietnam. He retired as a chief mineman in 1971. He was a member of the Air Capital chapter of the Pearl Harbor Survivors Association in Wichita, Kansas, and was elected to 4 consecutive terms as chapter president. God bless his memory. And so it goes. We're out of time. I'm Frank.
I'm Deb.
And we'll see you somewhere
Around Kansas.